Hello, this is a demo of the crypto trade visualizations created by Hawina Bulka, Daniel Lee, and Kyle McElvain as our final project for the DataViz course in Berkeley's MITS program. My name is Daniel Lee, and I'm going to provide a quick walkthrough of our project. We wanted to create a place for someone who wants to learn more about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin in particular. Our approach was to aggregate data from multiple different sources to give a broad overview of what some of the key drivers are of the price and volumes of Bitcoins traded historically. These visualizations were made for someone who's not a cryptocurrency expert and would like to gain a deeper understanding of the history of Bitcoin. So our first section here is just a brief introduction and history of and timeline of Bitcoin. And then we start with giving a brief overview of the historical prices of Bitcoin as well as other cryptocurrencies, as well as the volumes traded, Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. You can see for the most part they work together. You can also look at Google search trends and how that's changed over time, and how search trends vary by country. And then here we get to the more interactive part of our visualization. We have a chart showing total volume of Bitcoin traded by country over time, which you can filter by date range as well as country. So, for example, you can get an idea of who the big players are, but also how the players change over time. So you can see here you have US and China selected, and you can see how the US is dominant in earlier periods, but that in more recent periods China becomes more prominent in terms of Bitcoin activity. Here you can see a map showing the legality of Bitcoin by country. So if you want to see what the status of Bitcoin is in the particular country you live in, you can do that. You can see whether it's legal or restricted. Here's an interesting chart which shows how volumes of Bitcoin traded correlate to exchange rates. Again, we can filter here by date and by country, and you can explore how exchange rates affect Bitcoin trading volume. For the vast majority of countries, there's a positive correlation here between exchange rate and trading volume, which basically means that as the country's currency gets weaker, you see higher activity of Bitcoin. We can add like Venezuela, we can add other countries, and you see the correlation remains positive. To throw in like Russia. Russia's actually negative. But yeah, for the most part, most countries appear to show this positive correlation, showing that the weaker the currency, the more interest there is in Bitcoin. And here you can see how much volume is traded based on how the country classifies the legal status of Bitcoin for tax treatment. Most countries actually do classify Bitcoin as a currency, but the US right here, you can see who's been the most active country in Bitcoin trading classifies Bitcoin as a property, which means that every time you buy or sell Bitcoin, it's subject to capital gains taxes. Our next chart here provides a comparison of the volatility of Bitcoin versus other common financial assets or indicators. You can see here Bitcoin is in blue, and it generally moves up and down in price quite dramatically compared to other assets. For example, this is gold or the stock market. These other assets, which are much more mature and much more heavily traded, tend to move less drastically in price on a day-to-day, week-to-week, or month-to-month basis. And our final two charts here overlay significant market and regulatory events on the prices and volumes traded of Bitcoin. If you hover over the red circles here, you can see significant events. So, for example, here we have China announcing that they were going to crack down on Bitcoin miners. And here, again, you can filter by date and by country. You can see how here in 2013, the FBI shuts down Silk Road and arrests Ross Ulbricht. So that is our visual exploration of Bitcoin. Thank you, and I hope you enjoy exploring the data, exploring our visualizations as much as we enjoyed creating them. Thank you.